We have had 3 call-ins. We have had Jill Kreider from Bloomington just called in to contribute to WTIU. Also, our very own telephone answerer, Marcia Jolly. Thank you very much. And Shanta Berg has called in a contribution for her child, Mohan Berg, which we would like to add to our foundation wall right over here. Thank you very much. And I'd just like to say a word about this wall here. This wall is for those that have called in and made contributions for their children and their pets, whether it be their pet cat, dog, dinosaur, whatever. And the number you call for that is 1-800-662-3311 and locally 855-2102. Marla?
Thanks, Christy. So give us a call right now. We have some wonderful volunteers, the Vietnam Era Veterans Alliance. Okay, and they want to take your calls, so please give us a call now. We're going to, now children's programming is just a little bit of what's on WTIU, isn't it? There's a lot of other reasons to give, right? Okay, we're going to take a look at a tape that will give you some more reasons to give.
Yeah, it's okay.
If WTIU doesn't do it, then who will?
1, 2, 3, count!
Who will teach your children that dog begins with D and that it's okay to feel sad sometimes?
2, 3, count! Won't you dance with me doing the Betty Bat?
Who will take an in-depth, hard-hitting look at politics and make some sense of today's issues?
Look at the first 100 days of the 104th Congress, and funding for school lunch and nutrition programs is the target now.
Who will deliver practical instruction to keep you fit, informed, and the best that you can be?
Between the foot and the knee. To the body electric dancers, comprende on that?
Where will you experience so much of the world, of our diversity and our communal heritage? Where will you discover new worlds and explore frontiers from the quantum to the cosmic?
And heads off for the moon.
Where will you stalk the wild and wondrous and capture the remarkable on film?
For some reason, tigers mean more to me than any other animal.
Why?
How will you spend quality time filled with laughter, tears, and spine-tingling mystery?
Sherman always had a thing about money, stocks and shares.
How will you see, for free, the world-class performances of great artists from country to classic? If WTIU doesn't bring you quality, diversity, and lifelong education, then who will? Support WTIU.
I love that commercial because it gives you such a flavor of all the offerings public television has for all of us in the community, from children's, as Marla talked about, through art, culture, through information, education. It's all there. But we're sitting here with lots of kids in this corner, and who wants to be the one that tells me something about what they like about public television?
Well, we need public television so the kids can learn how things are done, and learn like 1 to 10, and learn.
Do you learn a lot of geography through Carmen Sandiego?
Yes.
And do you watch the Magic School Bus every Sunday that we remember?
Yeah, I love that show because I like the adventure of the waterfalls.
Yes, it's a wonderful, wonderful program. I don't know what our life would be like without the quality of public television that we witness every single day in the privacy of our own home. It's absolutely a treasure, and we hope you call 855-2102. Oh, excuse me, I shouldn't have said that. What's the phone number, Sydney?
855-2102.
And Annie, if they call outside the local calling area?
1-800-662-3311.
This is the commitment right here to the future of public television. You're looking at them with Erica and all these children as well. So please call in, show us your support, make sure that we know that you want this kind of programming to continue in our community. What else can we say, Marla, to get those phones ringing?
That's right. You were talking about Magic School Bus, which is one of our favorites, isn't it? Now, what's your favorite? And if for you parents who haven't seen it, the Magic School Bus can shrink down. Explain to me what this program's about.
Well, Every time that they go to school, they always go on a field trip about what they're learning. And there's one that I've heard that's really good, that is they get baked in a cake and lost in the solar system.
That's pretty neat. Now, the one we saw, they went inside the stomach, right? And drove all around. It was interesting, different. So, has something for everybody, but those are pretty neat programs. But you know what? Those programs cost money, don't they? They're very expensive, which is why we are here today to ask people to call. Let's show again. At the $40 or above level, let me hold lamb chop here. Okay. The $40 or above level, you get what?
This, Barney and Baby Bop's band talks about sharing. And then this book that parents and teachers can talk to kids about and do stuff with their kids.
Okay. And if they call in and charge their pledge, they get what?
Get lamb chops, finger puppet.
He's really cute, isn't she? Right. So what's the number they need to call?
855-2102 or 662-3311.
And then what happens? Who answers the phone?
They do.
These people over here from VIVA, the Vietnam Era Veterans Alliance, will take their call, right? Anybody special you'd like to have call in?
No.
Just people who watch, right? People who enjoy and get something out of WTIU. We want them to call in and help support us. And there's a shot of the water bottle. If you call in and charge your pledge, you can choose either one of those. We're going to go back to Barney now. You ready to see some more? Now, who do you like better, Barney or Baby Bop? Oh, we'll ask
They're
later.
the same.
Oh, they are? Okay. We'll be right back after a while.
Make your call of support to this station.
All right, sit. Another wonderful program from public television made possible to you just by turning on your television. It's just wonderful. Are you children enjoying Barney Live? Mm-hmm. Looks a little bit different than what we see on TV all the time, doesn't it?
I can't. The Wingster's kind of weird.
Wingster's kind of weird?
Yeah, you could call him Gonzo.
Oh. Well, we love public television. There's no question about it. And I think the girls here want to talk about how you can call in because the phones are eerily silent, and we'd love to hear some activity. Girls, Carissa?
If you're calling from a local area, you can dial 855-2102. But if you're not in the local area, please call 1-800-662-3311.
You can see they had a chorus line here because they want to be able to tell you to call in, and people did. It must have worked, girls. You must have the magic. Wonderful. Nate, did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. I would like to say that public television is for kids and also adults because I watch Sherlock Holmes with my parents on Saturday and Sunday.
Terrific. So it is both for children and for adults. Right, Marla? Right, Erica?
That's right. We like it, don't
Yes.
we? What's some of your favorite programs?
Barney Lamb Chops and
WTIU.
Sesame Street.
And Magic School Bus. Right. But we want people to call, such as this woman from Heltonville is called. What's her name?
Nancy Bailey.
Nancy Bailey called and made a pledge, and she charged her pledge, and what did she get?
I got this, a lamb chop, or that mug over there.
Okay. Now, also at the $40 level, at the $40 level or above, and you call in your pledge, this is what you get during this special program.
Barney and Baby Bop's band, it talks about sharing, and this book that parents and teachers can do stuff with kids.
That's right. So at $40 or above, and if you charge it, you can get both of those things, can't you? That's right. So give us a call. What's the phone number, Erica?
855-2102 662-3311.
That's right. So give us a call, and we have volunteers from the Vietnam Era Veterans Alliance, and they'll be glad to take your pledge. We like IU payroll deduction, installments, charge cards. We'll take the money any way they can, right? And the neat thing is it all stays here, and it does what? It buys
different shows.
That's right. So we're also going to take a look. Real quick. Erica has on the Sesame Street hat and the Sesame Street fanny pack. And at the $80 level, premium level, they can get that, right? Okay, we're going to take a look at a tape and see some things you can get at the $240 level, okay?
I've decided to increase my giving to WTIU this year to $240. And I can take my choice of several premiums. One of my favorite programs is Nature. And they have this book on bears, majestic creatures of the wild, as a premium for $240. The book has lots of pictures, and top wildlife experts from throughout the world present the latest research on these fascinating animals. The Book of Bears. Another premium I could get with my $240 is 2 days of sponsorship of children's programming. That means my kids could sponsor a Sesame Street and a Barney, or Lamb Chop. And maybe they could do it on their birthdays. That would really be fun. $240 could also get us 2 of the 4 wonderful IU campus photos taken by Bill Dellenbach. There's the newest one of Beck Chapel, located next to the Memorial Union. There's the Union itself on a snowy night a few years ago. And speaking of snowy nights, how about the photo of the clock tower on the old IU campus? Or a winter picture of the well house. That's a familiar spot to many of us on the IU campus. Any 2 of these photos I can get for $240. But which 2? Or do I want that bear book? Or do I want to sponsor 2 days of children's programs on WTIU?
I'm so glad that we had a chance to see that tape about sponsorship in particular, because my daughter Sydney, my son Alex have both been sponsors of Sesame Street, and my other daughter Olivia is going to be a sponsor, and my daughter Sydney just said to me, we ought to do Barney because that's her favorite, or Lamb Chop is her favorite. So we really believe in sponsorship. It started our kids early as to the value of public television. What happened, Alex, when you came over here and had a chance to sponsor Sesame Street? What happened?
Well, it was kind of fun because I kind of liked it because you get to be on TV and then everybody out there can see what you're actually doing and what you're talking about.
And if your friends asked you, why are you on TV, Alexander, what would you have said?
I'd say, because I'm sponsoring WTIU because I like their shows.
That's a terrific thing. And I noticed that Erica has on a very wonderful shirt that when you came on the tour, and you came, Sydney, you got a tour of the studio and a shirt, and they also gave us a tape and a little slide that we have treasured all these years. So it's a pretty wonderful premium, don't you think? Girls, now if they want to call in with their pledge, where do they call?
If you're calling from a local area, call 855-2102. But if you're calling from not a local area, call
1-800-662-3311.
Well, I think you heard it right here from the children themselves. Erica, would you agree with what these children over here have to say about public television?
Yes.
Yes, you would. Now, you started watching when you were a little bitty baby, right? When you were real little?
Yeah.
And you and your mom have watched, right? You and your dad? Yeah. Okay. So let's go over it again if they call and they want to get during this Barney show. If you call in, and this has an audio tape that goes with the Barney book. What's the name of this book?
Barney and Baby Bot's Band's a story about sharing.
And it's got a tape so kids can listen to it. You've done this before, haven't you? Listened to books on tape?
Yeah, is the tapes kind of like for kids who can't read so they can listen to the book.
Do you think since you started watching Sesame Street when you were just real young, do you think that helped you get ready for school when you went to kindergarten? What did you already know when you went to kindergarten?
I knew how to count and spell a little bit.
Did you know your ABCs? And how did you learn some of these?
At Sesame Street.
And Mr. Rogers, did you watch him? Oh, not a big Rogers fan, huh? Okay. Well, let's give them the numbers again, Erica.
855-2102. 662-3311.
Right. That's an 800 in front of that 662, which means we pick up the tab if they're calling from outside the Bloomington area. So if they dial from Bloomfield, where we live, it'd be a long-distance call, but we'd pay for it, wouldn't we? And if they call from Terre Haute, we've got some friends over there that we'd like to have call in and support. These are the kind of programs that your kids are watching during the day when moms and dads are at work and you come home after school, or when you're getting ready for school, and it's programs that you can trust. We're going to listen now from Kathy Crendel. She's the Dean of Continuing Education here at IU.
I'm Kathy Crendel, Dean of IU School of Continuing Studies and Professor of Telecommunications. I spent a good number of years conducting research on the influences of media on children, in particular examining issues of how children learn from television. I've also had some first-hand experience watching my own children, Claire and Tommy, watch television. In the process of observing my own children, as well as many others, I've come to consider television a friend of parents and teachers rather than an enemy. The challenge is to teach our children to use the medium thoughtfully and selectively, just as we teach them to read thoughtfully and selectively. We choose good books to read to our children, and we should be equally particular about selecting good television programs for them to watch. Public broadcasting offers a rich resource of quality television programs for adults and children to share. PBS and WTIU offer children's programming that's stimulating for kids and also interesting for adults. A few years ago, I worked on the PBS series Ghostwriter and was impressed that the producers of the series were interested not only in developing a series with good storylines and down-to-earth characters, but also in teaching literacy skills along the way. Children enjoy the storylines and the characters, but they also encounter consistent messages about the importance of developing good communication and literacy skills in everyday experiences. So sit down with your child soon and share a television program on WTIU. Like a good book, you'll both enjoy it. And please, call WTIU with your pledge of support at 855-2102 or 1-800-662-3311.
And those are some good words of wisdom from Kathy Crendel. Call now. We're going to go back to Barney, but before we go back to Barney, we have to say...
This is WTIU Channel 30, Bloomington.
That's right. We'll be back. Let's see. And for $10, you can have your child's name or dog or cat or anything put on a building block, and we'll add it to our building block wall. We have volunteers from Viva answering the phone, so we need people to give us a call right now. Let's give them the phone number, Erica.
855-2102.
That's in Bloomington. If you live around Bloomington, then there's an 800 number, and that is
662-3311.
All right. And when they call, what do we want them to do?
Donate money.
And where does that money go?
To all the shows that you put on at PBS.
At WTIU, right? Okay, so you'll get quality programs like Barney and Sesame Street. You know, these are programs that are free to the public. Anybody can have it. You don't have to have cable. We don't have cable, do we? You don't have cable at your mom's, or do you? No? So this is free, and it's good television that comes free into your homes, right? Well, when you call in, you can make your pledge, and you can get a special premium. What's this? What are you wearing here?
A hat and this fanny bag.
Okay, and that's at the $80 level. We're also going to look at some special pictures that we have as premiums. These are the IU photos. Let's take a look.
Hey, there's a picture of Beck Chapel on the IU campus. What memories that brings back. The mister and I were married there in 1957. That chapel is right in the center of campus, next to the Memorial Union. I can get that picture for just a $120 donation to my favorite TV station. Or I can have 2 of the campus photos for $240. There's the Memorial Union picture, a misty evening photo, but I also like the clock tower. And not very far from the clock tower is the Well House. Now there's a place with some nostalgia. What IU grad could forget walking across the old campus past these scenes? But choosing 2 pictures, that's tough. 2 for $240. Tough choices. Well, I could get them all, I guess. $400 for 4 IU photos. Why not? It helps WTIU, and the pictures are just what I'm looking for. I'll take all 4 for $400.
Pretty nice premiums, huh? I guess I need this microphone up. Also, during this, we've had Lamb Chop and Barney on this afternoon, haven't we? Good programs. And just during these programs, we have an extra premium that you can get if you call in your pledge at the $40 or above level. And what are those, Erica?
A Barney and Baby Bop's band, and it talks about sharing.
Okay, let's go back to Barney and Baby Bop. What comes with that book?
A tape.
So how's that work? Can you explain how that works?
Well, if they can't read, they can listen to the story.
Do you like that?
Yes.
Is that pretty neat? Okay, then what's the other thing?
And then this is something that teachers and kids can do with children.
And what is that?
A lamb chops book.
A lamb chop activity book? Have you looked through that?
No.
No. Okay, we'll do that later. Then we also have a special incentive if people want to charge their pledge, don't we? What's that?
Lamb chops finger puppet.
And what do you do with that? You play with it, right? Yeah. Okay, we've had some people that have called in their pledges. James and Lana Taylor from Terre Haute, they called in their pledge, and they've been giving for a long, long time. They've been faithful viewers and supporters of WTIU. And then Lee Taylor from, where's she from?
Bedford.
Bedford. She called in, and do you know what? She's a new member. She's never given before. And those are the kind of people that we need to call in and support us, right? So can we give them the number one more time? What is it?
855-2102, and then the 800 number is 662-3311.
And who should use the 800 number?
People who aren't around in Bloomington.
If it's a long-distance call, right? Okay. And do you know what? If we haven't given them enough reasons to give, we're going to look at a tape that has some more reasons, okay?
You know, kids, just because something's on TV, it doesn't mean that you have to watch it. And when you do choose to watch TV, well, then you should pick out the very best so you have time to do other things.